Kangaroo Knife Fight in the studio. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks for having us.
us.
You know, it's there's a lot going on with you guys. It's hard to believe you've been playing together for what, a little over a year now. That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem. It seems like you've been around a lot longer than that, right?
It seems like it. It's taken over our lives for sure, but it has been a short period of time. I think our first show was. I think we decided it was July of 2014.
So the band actually had a previous life as Little Roscoe, but you were looking for a new frontman, and Gus, you found some videos online.
Yeah, I found this funny-looking guy in Australia that happened to have a really good voice. And he had been to America once, and he was singing. He was busking on the streets. He had videos of himself busking on the streets,
I had no money then, that's why.
In New Orleans.
I needed to make some.
And there were a bunch of soul brothers singing backup with him down in New Orleans, and they just loved him, and I thought it was really cool too. But that was, I don't know how long you were here. That was your first trip to the States, probably.
Yeah, first time I've ever been here.
So I sent him a line and said, "Hey, we've got a band. We need a new front man." And he said, "Send me some songs." So we exchanged songs and ended up decided, if you want to move on over here, which is a long haul, come on over and we'll give it a try. And here he is.
He didn't even understand me when I was first talking to him on the phone. He didn't know what I was saying.
You know, it's I guess that, it's such a different model from what we're used to because, there have been bands that have left Kansas City because they felt like they had to leave Kansas City to go make it big. And your frontman moves here from Australia.
Right.
This is flipping the equation.
Yeah, the paradigm shift. It's things are changing for Kansas City. I mean, it's on the front page of a lot of magazines in terms of places to go to check out as something new and fresh. It really is different. Just all of the support from all of the radio stations and TV stations that are supporting the bands, and then the sports are obviously killing it right now, and then the revitalization of downtown and all of the places that we go eat. It's it's a really nice area.
I know that Byron was mentioning some of the things that you have coming up. A week from Thursday, you're going to be out at Sunset Music Fest opening up for David Cook, and you're going to be opening for the Congos Friday, June 26th over at Power and Light. And, of course, you're also going to be playing at the Chipotle Homegrown stage over at Boulevardia on June 20th, and we've got a bunch of the Boulevard folks here today.
There you go. Yeah, come on. Honestly, it's great beer. I love it. It's awesome.
So if you hear sea chanties breaking out from the back of the room, you'll know who's responsible. They're having fun here today. Kangaroo Knife Fight in the studio. We'd love to hear some music if we could.
All right. Yes, sir.
The song is called Hold On.
Keep on telling yourself everything's okay, but I fear our demons are here to stay. Yeah. We punch back, but nothing moving an inch at all. We punch back, but nothing moving an inch at all. Yeah, and trouble unravel roads, we hold on. Winter chill may freeze our bones, we hold on. I don't think anybody wanna love. I don't think anybody wanna love. Carry these burdens for far too long now. I never knew this enemy was so relentless. We gotta change everything we have. Oh, and trouble worries unravel roads. We hold on. Winter chill may
Kangaroo,
Thank you.
Kangaroo Knife Fight in the studio. Thanks, guys. That was great. So I want to go back to this whole like moving from Australia thing, right? I mean, one thing that does make it make a little bit more sense, Anthony, is your wife is from Kansas City.
Yes.
So, you know, it was in a way for her, it was coming home, and it wasn't like you were just going to be a stranger in a strange land. You were going to have a tour guide.
Yeah. It was lucky for me, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, but you don't just like pick up and move from Australia like that. It takes time to get it together.
Oh, yeah. It's not.
So-
it's not. Everyone knows it's not easy even moving states, going anywhere. it's difficult.
So you guys really had like a long distance relationship for a while.
Yeah, for a while. We used to send each other cards and stuff and, you know, try and keep in touch. Was that
Yeah.
awkward? Was that awkward for you?
No,
Okay.
I loved it, especially the stickers.
Good, I'm just making sure.
So you guys were working on songs in anticipation of his arrival.
Right.
Which is a very odd sort of, you
Yeah,
know.
that totally failed.
Yeah.
He said, he's like, yeah, I'm really into Black Crowes, that style of stuff. So we wrote a bunch of like bluesy, like country rock stuff. And then when he got here, he was like, nah.
That's because I have to see it in person.
That's not
It's
really
hard
what we're
to.
into.
It's hard to kind of collaborate when you're that far away and do things anyway. I like it like this with everyone here. This is good. It feels better. You get a better feel for the way things
Right.
are and how it's going to sound.
So, you know, I know you kind of alluded to this earlier, but it took so long for you to get here. When you finally got here and you called him up, he had no idea who you were or what you were talking about, right? I mean,
No, he had no idea, and he didn't think I was coming for a while either.
He
Yeah.
stopped sending me stickers. And and then when he called, I really couldn't understand a single word he was saying
yeah.
because of his accent was thick. It may be better now, or maybe I'm used to it. But
Well, it just depends how I talk, guys. If I really talk like, "How you going, everyone? You all right? You feeling okay?" He goes, "What are you saying?" And that's probably how I was talking
Yeah.
to Gus, and he just didn't understand what was
he still comes up and says, "What's the go?" And I'm
What's the go? What's going on? What's the GO, everybody?
half of the phrases I don't know what he's talking about.
So, and of course, we should probably just discuss this name, Kangaroo Knife Fight. My understanding is that it was Brandon, it was your idea, but that you hated it.
Oh, it was my fault. I wish I could say the name was by design, but we were talking, Gus and myself were talking about names and talking about what band names we liked, and naming a band is so hard because all the good names are taken, and then you got to get all these people to agree on a band name. And so I was saying, well, maybe there's some kind of cool Australian slang term. And literally after I said that, Kangaroo Knife Fight spilled out of my mouth. And everybody was like, yes. And I was like, no, no. And I even sent Gus an epic email the next day on why we can't call the band Kangaroo Knife Fight. And
So I conspired against him
He did.
to flatter him into accepting it, which worked. Flattery works on guitar
said I have
players
nice
and
hair.
most people.
So, Anthony, what did you think of it?
He wasn't here
I didn't
yet.
have a choice. I was going, this is the band name, okay.
There you go.
And I was like,
didn't
and
object.
I thought that was really cool anyway, so that's cool. I like it.
He's pretty easygoing.
Oh, we're in the studio with Kangaroo Knife Fight. We'd love to hear another song if we could.
Okay, no worries.
Shattered Head.
Shattered Head. I got a shattered head, and I'm shaking all the way down to my feet. I've got an open wound, and I'm bleeding all over these darkened streets. I'm bleeding all over these darkened streets. I can't face tomorrow, yeah. Oh yeah, I can't seem to sleep, yeah.
shot at it. I've got a shot at it. And I'm shaking all the way down to my feet. Oh, yeah. All right. Getting more warmed up now. Getting loose. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Kangaroo Knife Fight in the studio with us today. They're going to be opening up Sunset Music Fest a week from Thursday night there at Boulevardia on the 20th of June, and they're opening for the Congos Power and Light on June 26th. It's been a whirlwind of a year. It kind of started out, Gus, in your basement.
Yeah. Let's see. The drummer and I were working together in Little Roscoe, the former band. Brandon was actually my guitar teacher, and I played the guitar. And so when we decided to do this new project, I've always been a bass player, so I asked him if he was interested in jumping on board, since he was just about 6 billion times better than me on guitar. So he said sure, and sold him on the Anthony idea because he's obviously pretty good. And so we started writing songs in the basement and recorded the album in the basement, and that's where we practice, and we've done everything in the basement.
It was kind of a struggle. You alluded to that earlier, the songwriting not really working until Anthony got here.
Right.
Anthony really soul singer.
Yeah.
And you guys really weren't going to do that kind of a band, probably. So, is it safe to say that Anthony and Brandon, you two, are the most opinionated about what you are and are not willing?
Who told? Who told? I'm one of those people that believes it when I see it.
Yeah.
So
What he's saying is he's a pessimist.
Yes.
That's what he's saying.
Yes. Yes, so every time we write a song, I think, oh, it sounds like this other song I've heard before, and I'm that guy, and Gus is the one that just tells me to shut up.
So my understanding, too, is that, Anthony, you came in and, okay, well, this is a rock band. I'll try and sing like a rock singer, and then they told you no.
Yeah. They said, don't try and do something that you're not, And so I just started singing how I see every time. Because just a little side point, every time I go to perform, I always have a sore throat, every time. And I always think, I'm not going to be able to every time. I don't know why, but it's just this little thing I have. And Gus always, he's just like, dude, just get out there and sing and do what you need to do. Just sing how you sing, and that's what we did. I mean, along the way when we wrote some songs, we've got some songs that, no.
And we still play some of those songs. We got to work them out of our system.
But I find that as we're working more together, it's like everything. When you work with someone, you get to know what they like, and we all sort of come together, and it's really good.
So the 4 songs that are on the EP, these songs have been written. Mm-hmm. And rewritten, and rewritten,
yes,
and rewritten.
The second song, I think, was re-recorded probably 6 times. Not
Shout
just rewritten, but
Shout it
no.
No, that's Hold On.
Lose My Head. I mean, that song sounds nothing like the original version.
No, that song was like an old one from. I came up with that a long time ago, like lyrically and melody-wise. And it used to be really bluesy and all that kind of stuff, soul kind of stuff. So, some of those songs we've just really taken into like a rock kind of. I mean, I don't know. Everyone kind of says, what do you sound like? I don't know what we sound like. You never know. It's like whatever everyone thinks we sound like. That's what we sound like, I guess.
So, you're bouncing off of each other, and you're trying to essentially decide who you are. And that is just not ever really a comfortable thing.
Oh, no.
It wasn't at first. I mean, I think you go through that as a band. Every band has that bands gain members, they lose members. So anytime you do that kind of thing, I mean, you really don't know how someone's going to take a suggestion. You don't want to make them mad, but you also just want to get to the point.
Right.
So
It seems like multiple times I've heard you guys say that you've really started to figure out who Kangaroo Knife Fight was when you came up with It's You.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we didn't really have a song to build any kind of record around, and then we recorded that song, and of course we redid it and redid it and redid it, but we felt like that was something, we found the sound, and so now we had to kind of make the other songs sound like that. That's what we were,
Yeah.
that's the situation we got ourselves into.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but after you record the song, being in the studio is a far different thing than playing live. You had to figure out how to perform that song live.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, it's true. And the part, which is a lot of the hook in that song, that was the last thing we added. It was the very last thing. You listen to a song after you've written it and you think, yeah, that's fine, but it's not good enough. So then you have to come up with melodic content to throw on top of it, and it's often the best thing. It's the best part of the song, So it gets added at the 12th hour, and
There you go.
there you go.
So you recorded it in your basement, but thought that maybe the record needed a little extra something. And Gus, you're a big fan of Dead Sarah, and their record had been mixed by Noah Shane.
Right. Yeah, that guy. He's not a producer that has produced a lot of big hitters. He did do Skrillex's first release, which
Did some work with Nikki Lane. We've played her too.
yeah, and he has done some. We're on the radio, so maybe I should just say he has done some big hitters. But we wanted a lot. We wanted a little bit of a dance hit on the bottom, like on the kick drum. We wanted the thump,
Right.
And someone that had worked with Skrillex sounded like a good idea to me to throw in with some rock and soul. So you're going to get a blend of three, feels. And his record really impressed me, and I was able to get him to agree to work with us.
So you guys working on a new record?
As soon as we're done with all these shows in June,
Yeah.
and some people don't call us and offer us other shows in July and August that we can't turn down, we're going to be working on a record in July and August.
So I saw this on Facebook. You guys are working in a new rehearsal space.
Yeah.
It was very cryptic on Facebook. It was like, this is where they used to put dead people, I think was.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to tell where the space is because I don't want anyone to go in and harass the other people there, because there are living people there too as well. But they're in the basement of where we practice. There's a couple of furnaces that have put some people turned them into ash, and they probably sit on some fireplaces all over the city.
This is a commentary on how odd I probably am. But when you told me that story, the thing I immediately thought was, I bet you could get a really interesting vocal quality by putting a microphone into the crematorium.
Yeah.
And
Well,
We've looked around.
You can put that mic in there if you want. I ain't touching it.
you're gonna slam the door behind me.
the
Yeah.
place is a mansion. I mean, it's an old mansion, and so we've gone through every room and checked for acoustics, and we found one spot that has a really cool reverb, natural sound. So we might do some tracking in there.
Yeah. Well, we're really excited. We've loved everything about the initial EP, and we'd love to hear another song if we could. Kangaroo Knife Fight in the studios here at the Bridge.
All right. Here we go. Walking out in these shoes, I can't escape these blues without you.
joining us today for the show. He's not always with us, and we appreciate him being here today.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, the rest of the band, Anthony, Brandon, and Gus, and Kangaroo Knife Fight. You can find out more at kangarooknifefight.com. And of course, 3 really big gigs coming up a week from Thursday over at Sunset Music Fest with David Cook, Boulevardia on June 20th, and then opening up for Congos on Friday, June 26th at Power and Light. Also want to thank the folks from Boulevard who are here with us today. The Boulevardia thing is really what prompted us to get this session together. And, if you missed Boulevardia last year, don't make the same mistake twice. It was absolutely amazing what they pulled off in year 1. And can't wait to see year 2.
Can we can we just get you guys to come up here, please? If you want, just please come up.
Hugs.
Just come on up because thanks for coming.
We just want to
by
thank
and,
these people
and
for
doing.
being here for us.
It's awesome. Anyone, please, all of you.
This is the
Everyone, please come up. Seriously.
This is the first for the bridge. It's a love hug moment with the band at the end of the in studio.
Seriously.
I want to thank all these people for being here, giving us a crowd. Boulevardia rocks.
Kangaroo Knife Fight.
Sorry to interrupt.
No,
you.
it's
Look at
okay.
me. If we don't have people who want to listen to our music, we're just a couple of people playing in a room. So it's thank you so much for everyone who does this for us. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. The sound guys, everyone who puts us on. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
And on that beautiful sentiment, we'll say goodbye. Kangaroo Knife Fight live on the bridge.
All
Thanks
right,
for
see you
coming
later,
in,
guys. Take it easy.